Hi, everyone. Welcome to the special New Year's episode of our podcast. I am Joel,
I'm Andrea.
and we are doing something a little differently this week. Since for New Year's, there's the big countdown into the new year from 10 to 1, and we have a little game that where I count down from 10 to 1. We thought it might be fun to just have this entire episode just be the top 10 game. But instead of only me doing it this week, Andrea also has a top 10 list, and I'm going to play along. And so we're gonna see if I can do a little better at this than Andrea. I think I have a pretty good list this week. And the theme for this week, I guess, for the top 10 is Marvel characters. So it's going to be top 10 Marvel characters that do something or whatever. But yeah, the whole point of the game is we count down from 10 to 1. We give our 10 items, in this case, Marvel characters. After each item, we are allowed a guess as to what the list is about, because we're not going to say what the list is about. We're just going to list the items. So yeah, it'll be pretty easy to follow along, but I think we're going to start with, should I start or do you want to start? Or
Should I start? Let me think. What do I want?
I
I'll
mean,
start.
it's up to you. Okay.
So, was I supposed to have like hints prepared? Because I was gonna kind
I
of
mean,
like
I usually don't have them prepared. I kind of have like a brief, like, oh, I think I might, go in this direction or whatever. But yeah, so for everybody's sake, we get 3 hints about what the list is about. You can't use more than one hint after a specific item. So if, for example, after item number 1, you still have 2 hints left, um, you only get to use one of them. So you got to make sure you use all 3 of your hints. No, and those hints it could be hints, it could be yes or no questions, anything like that. Just something that kind of help us figure out what the list is about. But these lists are, in theory, supposed to be like super specific and like weird. So it's gonna take a while to get there. But yeah. All right, Andrea, kick us
okay,
off.
cool. Number 10, the Hulk. Bruce Banner, if you will. More
Okay.
specifically, Bruce Banner, actually.
Okay. Specifically, Bruce Banner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 9, Ant-Man. I
Ant-Man.
forgot his
Okay.
name. I was gonna
Okay.
Google his name, but I forgot, and I just
I'll
watched
say,
that one.
in terms of how their characters kind of where their characters are currently, I'd say they're not as like serious. Like a little more goofy. I'd say even the Hulk is kind of goofy now. But okay. Go ahead.
Interesting. 8, Captain America.
8 is Captain America. Okay, now he definitely is serious. Okay, so it's not gonna be a I don't think it's gonna be a personality thing. Um, in terms of abilities, you have strength, you have changing size, and it's all guys so far. But I guess most of the Marvel superheroes are guys anyway. So okay,
Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes.
okay, and that's number 7.
Yes, sorry, 7, Bucky Barnes.
Okay, Bucky Barnes. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, I see how this is. Okay, this is actually pretty difficult on this end. I'm not, okay. All
I
right.
know.
All right, go ahead,
6,
Andrea.
Scarlet Witch. Wanda, if you will. Wanda Maximoff.
Okay, I think that's a bit of a curveball because she feels like so different than the rest of them so far. Um, so maybe she's more chaotic for sure. Bucky is definitely a little more chaotic because of the stuff that happened, brainwashed and all that stuff. But no, but then if it was about chaos and stuff, the Hulk would also be higher because he has like a split personality basically. Um,
It's so much
Ant-Man's
fun
chill.
seeing from the other side.
Ant-Man is chill. Captain America's chill. Okay, so it's not gonna be craziness. it's not going to be strength because you would definitely put Hulk above Ant-Man or Bucky. Captain America, I don't know, but okay, all right, go ahead.
Thor is number 5.
Thor's number 5. So it's Hulk or Bruce Banner, Ant-Man, Captain America, Bucky, and Scarlet Witch.
Sorry. 10, Bruce Banner. 9 is Ant-Man. I forgot his name. 8,
Scott Lang.
Scott. Yes, that was like the last Marvel movie I watched too. So sorry, Scott. So sorry, Paul Rudd. So Bruce Banner, Ant-Man. 8, it's Captain America. 7, Bucky Barnes. 6, Scarlet Witch. 5, Thor.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna need a hint.
Okay. Damn, this is okay. A hint I was gonna use is when you already mentioned, and it was like one of your first guesses on what the theme would be based off. So instead of it's not chaos or craziness, it was when you thought Captain America was too serious.
Captain America too serious. Okay. Okay.
It's
So
too much. It's you
Okay.
guessed like it was one of your first things that you like commented on where you were like, it can't be this because of the first 3 initial.
Okay. So I was gonna say they're kind of goofy. I think that was the first. I think that was the first thing I said. That they were kind of goofy with like that's where their characters are right now. They're not super serious. Captain America, but I'm confused because Captain America is definitely serious. I don't see him being goofy. Yeah, I don't. What? Okay, this is way harder than I thought on this end.
All right.
What the? Okay. Okay, so Hulk is strong, kind of, I guess, 2 personalities really because of Hulk and Bruce Banner. Ant-Man isn't necessarily super strong, although I guess technically because like his powers like the powers of an ant can lift 10 times their body weight, right? So I guess technically he's also kind of super strong in that sense, but I wouldn't necessarily classify. He's definitely like, I mean, Paul Rudd is funny, so yeah, Ant-Man's like funny. Captain America I wouldn't say is funny. Like he has some like good one-liners. Like that's America's ass.
This is so funny.
That is America's
you
ass.
like are on the precipice of something. It's just like you need to like
all right,
pull your head
okay, all right, keep going. Next item.
4, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow.
Okay. Black Widow. By the way, her introduction, like, was it an Iron Man 2? I think it was an Iron Man 2.
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
With the red hair.
I hate you. No, but she's very pretty. Very beautiful.
Yeah. That kind of the red hair though.
Bright. I think it like the tone of it like subdued a bit like in the later movies because I feel like that was like when it was most vibrant if I remember correctly. Like her hair, like it was just a very like the Black Widow kind of like reddish, and then afterwards it kind of became more of like, oh yeah, like a color you could probably see on like a normal like women out in the street kind of like a type of red.
Yeah, because I think she was like dyeing her hair a lot too, because like she was constantly like being a spy and stuff, you know. So I think, but yeah, I think still my favorite version of her still from Iron Man 2.
So I'm not telling you which position he is in the top 3, but he is in the top 3 because I can rearrange this. Because I realized
Andrea, you make a list and you stick to it.
Okay, I'll stick with it, but I don't know if I could technically call him an Avenger, but I'll go with it.
We said top 10 Marvel characters, not Avengers.
Oh my god. Okay, then never mind. Then I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear. Okay. I'm just sorry to this one Avenger. Anyway, so wait, do you want me to go to number 3?
Wait. If you so I guess Ant-Man would be an Avenger, right?
I thought he was.
I think
He's
they
like,
called him. I think wasn't that like a little like moment where he's like, I'm an Avenger or something like that?
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think he's probably That's he's Avenger. Bucky, I don't think Bucky wants the title of Avenger.
Just because he doesn't want it doesn't mean he doesn't have it, Hoy.
All right, that's fair enough. Um okay. Okay. So after Thor, we had who? Black Widow.
Black Widow.
All right, that was Black Widow's number 4.
Uh-huh.
Okay, number 3. Give me number 3.
Sam Wilson. The Falcon.
New Captain America. Okay. I don't. It can't be like serious and goofy, because if this has to do with like Goofy or something, and you put Captain America down there, I'm gonna be upset because he is not Goofy. All right. Oh, but it's okay. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna use my next hint/question now. It's gonna be a yes or no question. Okay.
Okay.
So my question is the list like top 10 Marvel characters that can/will like do something, like an action, like a verb,
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so it's like top 10 Marvel characters that will do something or that can't do something or most likely
That
to do
I will
something.
say that can do something.
That can do something. Okay. Okay.
Or
Okay.
would I think would be the better.
Okay. Okay. Give me number 2.
Loki.
Loki's chaotic, has multiple variations. This is tough. I was underestimating. Okay. Okay. Loki. What would, because I feel like Loki, I don't know, he's got a taste for the finer things in life. He's
Okay.
like
What?
I'm trying to gauge, like, is it like roughness now? Because Black Widow, I would say, is like pretty rough. I feel like Black Widow and Loki would be on opposite ends of that spectrum. It feels like about doing something fancy. Serious, because your hint was something that I almost clocked it early on, and it had to do something with either seriousness or goofiness. Captain America specifically being good, like something. What would Captain America do? All right, give me number 1.
Iron Man. Tony Stark.
It won't be like sacrifice themselves, because Captain America is definitely willing to sacrifice himself. Wait, Captain America. Wait. Iron Man sacrificed himself. Loki technically sacrificed himself in a way. Black Widow basically sacrificed herself. Thor didn't sacrifice himself though. What did Thor do? All right, and I'm gonna need that final hint. It's got to be a good hint there.
Okay. So they would succeed in this thing based not just on like their personality, but how much they could bring it at a moment's notice.
How much they could just bring it? Okay. So now, okay, I'm thinking something to do with performance, which Robert Downey Jr. Yes, absolutely. Loki, absolutely. Black Widow's a good spy.
That's a
Yeah,
really good one.
Thor's enthusiastic. He could definitely do that. After Thor, before Thor was Scarlet Witch, right? Or give me the full 10. Give me the full top 10 now.
Bruce Banner, Ant-Man, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, Thor, Natasha Romanoff, Sam Wilson, Loki, Iron Man.
Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson doesn't strike me as like a super charismatic or enthusiastic person. Okay, I'm just gonna say, here's my guess. And I know I haven't even guessed before, but here's my guess. Top 10 Marvel characters that would succeed on a reality TV show?
Nope.
Damn. All right, what is it?
Top 10 Marvel characters most likely to succeed in stand-up comedy.
Okay. 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 The three characters that are kind of throwing me off are the Captain America related ones. Captain America, Bucky, and Sam Wilson. They wouldn't even be on my list. They would be the best at stand-up?
Most likely to succeed.
No,
you gotta think. I guess in like modern times.
I don't. All right, explain yourself under that. Explain yourself. Why'd you put what you put?
So Bruce Banner and Ant-Man for me was kind of like a tie of who to put the bottom, because I feel like no, it's not. Bruce, they're both awkward in my perception of awkwardness. So I could see them trying to do stand-up comedy, like it being like crickets, because they're trying to be funny on purpose. Like they're goofy, but in funny and like an audience to make them laugh, it would be a little like a little like kind of sad to watch. Like when, like they wanted pictures with the Hulk and Ant-Man was just like, do you want one with me too? Like it's embarrassing. But Ant-Man has the advantage of possibly relating to a dad crowd. So he at least has an audience somewhat. I just feel like Bruce Banner as like Hulk, the combo Hulk him now, it still would be awkward. Because he's just goofy like naturally. He'd be charming, but I feel like under the pressure of like doing stand-up, it'd fall a little flat. Those are the vibes I'm getting. So, number 8, Captain America. He's too serious. I feel like he wouldn't know what to do as much, but he's hot. So,
what does that have to do with anything?
The ladies, Joel, a visual.
You're just gonna laugh because he's hot?
Listen, Joel. He's still 8. He's still in the bottom.
Yeah, but I would say both Ant-Man and Bruce Banner are funnier than Captain America.
Yes, the Joel, to succeed and stand-up comedy. He could probably.
You have to be funny.
Yes, you do. Joel, who are the ones that get businesses up to the top? It's the female audience. Businesses aim for a more female-orientated audience.
I would
because
argue,
they know women are dedicated enough to get them up there.
I would argue that in stand-up comedy, because traditionally it's been a male-dominated thing, I would argue that it's actually
traditionally. What about modern times? Matt Rife?
I would. Didn't he get like canceled like recently?
Yeah, because he went against his female audience, and now for the guys, and look where he is now.
What? Okay, but was he? Because I don't know much about him, but was he like specifically going for a female audience, or did he just end up with a female audience?
Well, his thing.
Because I can't see anybody in this list besides Iron Man trying to go for a female audience.
No, it was okay. I think he tried for kind of a black audience. I think he tried to do the thing because he was in Wild 'N Out, but then he got like surgery, so then he looked conventionally attractive. So then women were like, "Oh, he's funny enough, and he's attractive." So and he was like banking on that, on having like a pretty face. That was like his whole shtick, and that like women liked him and stuff. Then that got him all the way up. Then he made a domestic violence joke about women. And then the women were like, "Oh, fuck you."
So, but again, in that case, I feel like he shot himself in the I can't imagine Captain America doing women related jokes.
No. I'm saying he's eight because he'll try. He'll make an effort. It'll still fall flat, but he still has that like cute, like kind of like wholesome, still very handsome vibe that women would be like, no, I'll still give him a shot though, because like he looks nice. He looks like he's
Are you
trying.
hold on? Are you describing pretty privilege right now?
Yes, he is pretty privileged.
Captain America with pretty. Actually, you know what? I can't think of anything more American than that. I think you're right.
Exactly.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
That's America's asshole, and boy, are
That
we
yeah. No,
I.
You know what? You've convinced me. You've convinced me. Yeah, I can see it.
Ever
I still feel like Ant-Man with Paul Rudd, but I think it's more Paul Rudd than it is Ant-Man that I'm thinking
it's
of.
Paul Rudd.
Because
Yeah,
Paul Rudd would crush, but I
Paul
think
Rudd. If we're thinking of like as Paul, like Scott Lang as Paul Rudd, yes, but we're thinking about Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. That's different.
Yeah. No, I think okay. You know what? You've convinced me, Andrea. You've convinced me.
Okay.
Now, what are you gonna say for Bucky? I don't know what you're gonna say for Bucky.
Bucky, from recently, I can see him doing kind of like an awkward humor where it's like it's actually kind of like funny. It's a little bit funny. I think he has more of like the less I like seeing him interact with people on a day-to-day kind of thing. I feel like he's a bit more like natural, or like the awkwardness, he could kind of use it to his advantage to kind of crack a joke. I think Captain America would just be too like stern, because they're both stern but in different ways. Like Steve Rogers is stern in the way of like American discipline and kind of like military bullshit. And then Bucky is also kind of like, bro, he was forced into this shit. Like he's not like USA.
Well, he was in the military first, though. Remember, Bucky joined the military first.
But he didn't have the same like vigor that Steve Rogers always had. Like
at his core, that's true. That's true. Steve Rogers was like
so like I can see military. Also like also remember Bucky was like he was like charismatic as fuck and like such a smoozer and stuff. He could probably still channel.
Yeah, he does have that side of him. I could picture him now where he's currently at, being almost like the grumpy comedian. Like, you know how sometimes comedians do like more like they're like just grumps and always talking trash about like things in the state of the world and something bad that happened to them. Yeah, now I will say so far I could see him being the most likely to get canceled if he ends up saying something.
All of them could get canceled.
That is true. That is true. Again, we forget Captain America came from like the traditional thing, so like it's entirely possible that there's still some like traditional men women things that he might believe. So
get with the boomer crowd. He could get with the boomer crowd, kind of.
Yeah, you know what? I could definitely see Bucky being a boomer, like having a boomer audience. I could see that. Okay, I would put him at 10. I don't think he's better than the other three. Like, because again, like if you're talking about Captain America's charm, I would argue Ant-Man's charm with his awkwardness would actually carry him further than Bucky.
I could just see. I'm thinking in terms of like quality of like not quality, quantity of audience. Ant-Man could be more niche.
Well, Ant-Man wrote a book.
Oh, he did.
He's an author. He's a published author, remember? And he was like he was walking into the store and like, oh, it's the more for
like the kids.
Yeah, but maybe you know what?
That's actually on his Avenger fame though, not on. I would say like,
he would crush it as like on YouTube. I think Ant-Man would crush it on YouTube.
He'd be a blogger. He'd be a dad blogger.
He would crush it on YouTube.
Oh, maybe I should have done like I should have done like a YouTube thing. Anyway.
But okay.
Or the types of TikTokers. Keep going. Anyway.
Keep going.
Who am I? Scarlet Witch. Now, this one.
Actually, no. You know what? I can see it. I can see it.
Right? Because I'm like when we think of Scarlet Witch, we're thinking of her. You know, like I want my kids, kill everyone. But when we get away from that, when we think of her, when we
get away from that extremely crazy thing that happened in Multiverse of Madness,
when we just ignore that a little bit, just put it in the back of our heads. We think of how she interacted in WandaVision. She can crack some jokes. She can get like
You know what's hilarious to me? I think she might succeed for the exact opposite reason of Captain America, where it's like she has pretty privilege and she might actually have a more male audience. I feel like because
Exactly.
I feel like she can go like really dark with her jokes and stuff, and it would like land with the guys.
Have
The
you
guys are
seen
like, yeah.
the Marvelous Maisel or something like that? So it was I think it's a show. It's a show. And it was like got Golden Globes or something like that. And it's basically of like I think it's like the 1960s, a female comedian. So like of course it's like, but she has like the housewife look and she's cracking jokes. And she's like, and she's making some, and also some of the jokes are at like the expense of men, but she does it in a way where it's like clever and stuff, where the men can laugh a little bit at themselves too. But she also cracks jokes about kind of being like housewife-ish and things that like, you know, like women would experience in the time. And I feel like that is like the vibe that Scarlet Witch can kind
I
of
can,
get, where it's like the male
yeah,
audience are like, oh yeah, haha, but she's
I can see her. I can see her going like with dark humor and stuff, and like really getting the guy audience. For that Marvelous Mrs. Maisel thing, was that like based on a true story at all, or was that just straight fiction?
I don't know. I just know it's just like a popular thing. I should look it up though. But yeah, it was like she became like, because she also, because she's a woman, she was able to have a different, like a new fresh look on comedy compared to all the other men, only men. So it helped. And I also, because like the way I imagine Scarlet Witch presenting is like dressed in like kind of a housewife dress, cracking a joke with like a smile, but saying some of like the craziest shit out of her mouth
Oh,
and still being
really? I picture her with like hoodie and jeans going up there and like just like starting
cute.
to talk
Also,
like that.
if she maintained her accent, I think that also would give her bonus points.
Accents do pretty good in comedy. I will say that. Um, and again, pretty privileged. She's pretty. She can definitely. Um, her again. She might get into some hot water with the female audience, if anything. I feel like. But yeah. Okay. All right. Keep going.
All right. So number 5, Thor. Now,
Yeah.
this is when we're getting to like the very like, yes, they're inherently funny, but in a moment of pressure of stand-up comedy, I feel like sometimes he might say a joke that he himself thinks is very funny, but then they're like, that's like an Asgardian thing, and like we're on Earth, and there's like a lag, and
He would get canceled just for being ignorant. Like he wouldn't get canceled because he was like trying to do. He would get canceled just because he said something wrong by mistake.
like he would generally be like, ha, ha, ha. And you know when you like rip the arms off of like what are those like snow people or something like that? Like, isn't that hilarious? And they're just like,
Yeah.
So he would laugh at his own jokes. He wouldn't see what the problem is.
Yep. I can see that.
Okay. So for Black Widow, because this one, she will know how to get turned.
I think she's got a pretty good read on people. Like I think she can read people good, and so she can have like she can draw from a lot of like life experiences, like really funny situations and stuff. And she can, I think, she might have so far. I think she's probably the best at reading a crowd, and so like I think, yeah, I'd agree.
I'd say that because also the spy training coming in, so she doesn't have to be herself. She can embody someone who is a good stand-up comedian, and like so she already have that. She's just for the most part just chilling, unproblematic, just trying to do her own thing, and pretty privileged.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
It plays a factor. So number 3, Sam Wilson.
Actually, you know what? I literally just thought of it right now because they're like some of the things and like the moments because he's got like the Southern Louisiana thing.
Exactly, you're getting
so like actually I can see like it's definitely like in the shows they portray him as being super serious, but I think like I feel like that's what he thinks he has to be in the Captain America role. Like he has to be serious, and which I guess kind of makes sense.
Well, if we remember, what is it, Falcon and Winter Soldier? Especially moments when he's back home with like his sister and stuff like that. The man's quick. He's quick.
Yeah, he's definitely witty. He's definitely witty. Yeah,
and also
I could definitely.
His audience, he gives me like not Dave Chappelle, but like not even, he doesn't know, he wouldn't be like Kevin Hart, but like he gives you that audience where it's just like that humor. Like there's specifically type like Black Southern humor that he would have.
Yeah.
That is top tier.
I see. Yeah. I'd agree.
So 2. Loki.
Yeah. Yeah, Loki. I mean, if nothing else, even besides the funny thing, he's like a natural born performer. He's a performer. Yeah.
Exactly. He's clever, natural born performer. Also, he's just I was thinking him in terms of like if he has a heckler, the man will go from 0 to 100. It will be entertaining.
Yeah, him and Black Widow would have great like comebacks. Like I think they would be able to handle hecklers really good.
And then of course, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because this man was born to show sparklers everywhere and like humor, and everyone's just like, I don't think he would have a heckler because I think people would just be too charmed and to be like, oh no, he's hilarious.
Yeah, no, he gives me the vibes of like kid who was like picked on or bullied in school, but the way he got around it was with humor. Like he would make the bullies laugh to like get out of it. So like I feel like he just naturally learned. He like of all of them so far, I would say I would think that he's probably been the funniest for the longest time, like in his life. Like I feel like he was probably funny from a young age.
I feel like he would also have he would have the most like story-based jokes where he could say something and he's like this was my response.
I would say he's a playboy, so he's been like all over the world, done crazy stuff. Like, yeah, he would absolutely.
He's like the one time a terrorist took me. What the fuck was that? Like just him just saying just straight up situations he was in. Hilarious. Because he just has to say it in his tone and like boom, crack me up, bro.
Yeah. You know what? I would still okay. So overall, I'd say pretty decent list. I think Bucky, I'd still put at 10. I don't feel like I think both Ant-Man and Hulk, I think I would put them above. Captain America, like because of the pretty privileged stuff I can see. I just like I feel like he's naturally like I would argue that he's probably like of the 10 that you'd put so far, him and Bucky would probably be the most uncomfortable with like the idea of getting up in front of an audience and doing it. Because if you remember him as Captain America, like when he was even doing the performance stuff before he actually even became like the soldier, remember how like they rejected him and he was basically like one of the dancers or he had like a bunch of dancers and he was performing plays and stuff.
And like after he became like super buff.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say, but I think the reason why I'm okay with him at 8 is because he does have the slight performance thing in him. Because he was a performer for like a tiny little bit. So like he might actually so that combined with the pretty privilege, I can see him being.
I forgot about that. Actually I can
so I can kind of see him there. But yeah, I mean besides Bucky, I'd say the rest of the list is pretty good.
It really threw you there, didn't it though? The way I had them all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, great list, Andrea. For your first time, pretty solid. I wonder what you're gonna think of my list, which we're gonna get started with. All right. That was a great list, Andrea. I think I'm gonna show you how it's done though.
Okay.
All right. So again, top 10 Marvel characters, that blank, right? Okay. At number 10, we have Black Widow.
Okay.
At number 9, we have Bucky / Winter Soldier.
I'm thinking spies. Okay.
At number 8, Captain America.
Okay. So we're looking at like the soldierish people at the bottom.
At number 7, we have Captain Marvel.
Okay. Here's the thing. They're all pretty serious. Oh, not the best backstories. But they still have that kind of like soldier mentality. Okay, keep going.
Sure? No hints, questions,
soldier,
nothing?
Spy, discipline, whatever bullshit. No, keep going.
Okay. At number 6, Ant-Man.
6?
Yeah.
That's a fucking leap. What the fuck? Okay. My first question. I guess it'll be yes or no. Is this based on their skill set?
Skill set how?
Skill set in terms of like fighting and like protecting and like
No.
their combat skills, I guess.
No. All right. In at number 5, Black Panther.
Oh, I should have included it in my list. Ant-Man the Black Panther? What?
Pretty tough.
Keep going.
Okay. All right. In at number 4, we have Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk.
Fuck you for putting Black Panther in between Ant-Man and Bruce, because in my head I have them together. Okay. Give me a hint.
Okay. I think it requires a little bit of creativity.
So we have the least creative people on the bottom.
Okay.
But that throws me off because she's a spy. She adapts to her surroundings. What?
Okay. In at number 3, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Ooh, I completely forgot about them. What is he? Number 3?
3.
Creativity. I've always put no, it's not because I'm thinking seriousness. I'm still stuck on my own list. Okay, hold on. It's your brain. How does your brain work? It's all numbers and shit in there, like a robot. Nope. Me too.
In at number 2, we have Spider-Man.
Okay. I hate this list. What the like of course we're thinking of Tom Holland Spider-Man. Okay. But are we thinking no, because that's a hint. Well, I feel like I could ask this. Are we thinking about like the hero or the individual as a being or like the name?
What? I don't even know what you mean by that.
Like, are we thinking about like the name, like not Steve Rogers,
Yeah,
Captain
just
America?
ask for a hint, Andrea. Ask for a hint.
Give me a hint.
Okay. Your hint is I'll give you most of the title basically. Top 10 Marvel characters that can't.
Okay, here's my thing.
Do you want number 1?
Yes, I forgot I still needed one.
In at number 1, Thor Odinson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the guy that existed for a second. Okay, we're going by creativity. I'm confused. So I feel like this has to do more with who they are at their core as people. What is it? Can't? Like they cannot do this. Okay, here's my thing. Because there's a possibility you didn't think of this when you put Scarlet at the bottom. Because I'm like, she could adapt to any situation. So there's a possibility you didn't think of this prior to our discussion here and now. Also, I cannot negate away from the fact that the people who are in the bottom portion, Scarlett Johansson, Jesus Christ, Black Widow, Captain America, Captain Marvel.
Let me give you the full 10 from the beginning. So 10 Black Widow, 9 Bucky, 8 Captain America, 7 Captain Marvel, 6 Ant-Man, 5 Black Panther, 4 Bruce Banner, 3 Peter Quill, 2 Spider-Man, 1 Thor.
Okay, here's my thing. Because at first I was thinking, oh, gadgety.
Actually,
like,
you know what? I probably just thought of an amazing hint, and I can't not give it to you now that I thought about it. So I'm gonna throw you a bone here. Okay.
I'll
And
take anything I can get.
this is gonna this I think this will get you close. Okay. Adulting.
Okay, okay. Because one's a literal teenager, and then one is just a shit show of a human being. And not even a human being, just whatever worldly thing he is. And also, okay, okay. No, well, ooh, but T'Challa, he did kind of run away from home, didn't he, basically? From
Black Panther?
the pressure. Yeah. Oh no, he didn't really. He took on the position for his like dad, but like he still felt the pressures. But Ant-Man's no, he took on the dad role well. And then after him is Hulk. Okay, creativity, adulting. I don't know why I immediately went with taxes in my head. Okay. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, but you said it can't. I was gonna say who can't evade taxes.
Okay.
I don't know. No, that's not my thing. I was gonna say that, but I took it back. I just wanted to say that because I thought it was a little. It kind of makes no sense to me now. Okay, top 10 Marvel characters who can't. I don't know. What on earth? Who can't adulting? Okay, I'm gonna say something. See if it sticks. Top 10 Marvel characters who can't be left alone.
No. Incorrect. This is top 10 Marvel characters that can't cook. So let me break this down for you. In at number 10, Black Widow.
Okay.
The reason I put her at 10 is because I do think she has the creativity enough to cook, but I think that she's been so focused on like military stuff and like survival stuff. I don't know that she's actually able to like cook like meals, as opposed to like she might be able to scrap something together just for the sake of survival, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Bucky, similar situation. So like him at number 9. 8, Captain America. He doesn't strike me as the guy that would know how to cook, and like his military experience isn't like super extensive, but because he does have some military experience, I imagine he has to have some sort of survival, kind of things, but like he's probably still not great at cooking. Same thing with Captain Marvel. So like these 4 characters, I guess you could kind of interchange however you want, but so that's them. Then Ant-Man, I don't think like the reason I didn't have him higher is because he is a dad. So he probably has to know how to make like some basic stuff like scrambled eggs, bacon. Huh?
Mac and cheese from Bucks.
Yeah, like I feel like he's got to like I feel like he has to know some sort of basics just for his daughter and stuff, like he could like I think he could probably make pancakes, like like it's not like he's
that's true,
completely incompetent or something, but like I don't think so. And now here we start getting to, so Black Panther, privileged, he's royalty, he doesn't really have to do
that's true,
like everything I think is kind of done for him. But the reason I don't have him higher on the list is because of that African culture kind of thing, where I'm like, they're so good at making food, you have to know something, even if you don't cook yourself. Like,
but I'm also thinking, not only is he royalty, but he's also royalty from like what's supposed to be the most developed country in the world.
That's true. So like, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like everything was just kind of ready for him, if that makes sense. Like prepared for him. So I don't think he would do that well. Bruce Banner Hulk, I don't think he cares for it. Like I just don't think he like has any interest in it or whatever.
Probably try to like make some machine that would cook for him, or like something that would make food appear.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Then in at number 3, Peter Quill, Star Lord. I don't think he's a chef at all. uh yeah, again, like he might just know some basic stuff just for the sake of like eating, because he spends a lot of time out in space, so they have to have food ready, but I don't think he's a cook. In at number 2, Spider-Man. He's a teenager. I mean, like what are you expecting there? And then in at number 1, the most spoiled of all spoiled people is Thor. Like he's, like, I mean, he was spoiled
Yeah,
from birth. Like him again, him and Captain America, him and Black Panther, sorry, were by like 1 and 2. But then I was like, but Black Panther's at least surrounded by like a lot of women and like African culture where they cook and like stuff, I guess. So I'm like, maybe he's absorbed
that's
some
true.
knowledge kind of just with the people around him. But Thor, I mean, Thor is as spoiled as it gets. I mean, he's
That's
only
very, very
he
true.
was only
Basic
slightly
domestic
more
stuff.
spoiled than you were in there. But yeah, that's my top 10 Marvel characters that can't cook. What do you think, Andrea?
I
Is there anybody I
wait,
missed
who
and
was
any
lower?
characters you can think of?
Was Bucky lower than Steve?
Yeah. So I think Steve is worse cook
Okay,
than
yeah,
Bucky.
I agree. Because I was thinking of also just like him being like the showman's piece and stuff like that would also take away from him having time in the kitchen to put something together. Also, Bucky was in battle longer.
And Bucky spent time in Wakanda.
That's
And he was like
true.
living in like a
And he wasn't
camp
even a
kind
high
of
ranking thing.
place. Yeah. He was living like on the land.
No, I would actually think Ant-Man, Scott Lang, I would put him lower because the dad thing really does, because he's like such a good dad that I could see him wanting to be like, oh, I want to be that like the best dad I can, especially for the things he lacks in
That's
that
true.
he feels like he has to make up for,
And
where
he
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 would look up
became a good
recipes and
magician with the card tricks and
exactly.
stuff.
I'm like, I feel like he would like literally strive for this one thing for his daughter where he'd be like, I have to be the best. Especially if like there's not like a mom there
Yeah.
in the house.
But yeah, I think that makes sense. But yeah, so like I put like the military people at the bottom just because I was like, they probably know the basics for like survival and stuff like that. But I can't imagine that they're like chefing it up, you know?
That's true. That's true. I'm not terribly angry at this list. I just like how one's like practical, like one's a teenager, and then the next one is like it's fucking Thor. Like I think you could have just left it at Thor and like that would be like universally understood.
Yep. Yep. So that's been my top 10 list. Let us know which top 10 list you prefer. Just saying I'm the OG, so maybe I get a little bit more extra credit, that's all I'm saying. Anyways,
Okay.
Andrea, before we leave for this week, I do want to like try and create our like together a top 3 like Marvel characters for something. Now, I was thinking maybe we do like kind of something going off of what like one of my guesses previously, which was like reality TV shows. So like who do you think would be like like pick a reality TV show and then we'll pick like top 3 Marvel characters who would crush, who would
Oh,
kill.
of course, the Real Housewives
Real Housewives?
or Below Deck.
I was gonna say I feel like there's got to be some like competition though for it to be like who would be the best at it, because I don't know how you can be the best at like Real Housewives.
Okay,
So
okay.
like some sort of
Competition
competition based
like
show.
X Factor or like Dancing with the Stars or like Survival. No, Survival's too into their like
Yeah, it's got to
up
be
their
it's got to be
alley.
something left field like Love Island or something.
Dancing
Is
with the
Love Island
Stars.
competitive?
Yeah, but Love Island's like you have to couple up.
Oh. Well then
Dancing with the
let's
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Okay. And
Because they
that's
also have to
like
dance with a professional dancer.
okay, so it's them dancing with a professional dancer.
Yeah, and like it's the professional dancer has to like teach them how to dance professionally, and then the
Okay.
way they're judged is the celebrity, like how
So
well they've done.
so immediately I'm thinking Loki. I think Loki would be good dancer. I think Black Widow, Natasha, she would. I think
Oh
Natasha
yeah.
would kill it. Um, who
The sentimental
else?
person in me wants to put Captain America in there because it's like,
Oh, that would. Oh my God! Could you imagine if
especially
like
doing a theme of like the 1950s or something like that, or
I
1960s.
was gonna say, imagine if Dancing with the Stars does something like that, and then Captain America and Peggy Carter come out,
Oh,
like
crowd favorite.
Chris Evans, and dang, I already forgot her name, the actress that plays uh,
Peggy.
Carter.
Oh, I don't know her name.
Um, why am I blanking on her name? But anyway, she's cool. But imagine Chris Evans and her come out and like do
That'd be so cute. But I
that
don't
would
think for a
be awesome.
competitive setting, I don't know if he would thrive.
No, not competitive. But so far we'll rank them at the end. But Loki and Black Widow are my two front runners right now.
I agree. I agree with them in there.
I don't
Who
think
else?
Iron Man can dance.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can dance. Thor, I don't
He's
think he
got
can
enough
dance.
problems in his body already.
You know who's a
I don't think Spider-Man.
You know who's a sleeper? I think Bruce Banner. I think I could see Bruce getting down.
What about Vision?
Oh no, what? No.
Really?
I don't think no, I can't see that. You know what would be funny? The ability to dance, I think, is there. I think he would be dancing with a straight face the whole time.
Oh,
he wouldn't smile or anything, but I think he could definitely like get the moves.
Because I feel like
down,
he would process like what are the good moves to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like
maybe the energy wouldn't be there.
What about would Scarlet Witch be a good dancer? I don't know. She doesn't strike me as a good dancer to me.
I don't think it's like a good like competitive. Okay, we have to think about someone who's also competitive. Like
that is true.
That would fuel them.
Well, I mean,
be an average dancer.
Okay. Just hear me out. Not Bruce Banner, but the Hulk.
Shut up.
The Hulk is competitive.
Who can he be partnered with?
What the UFC fighter? What's her name? Oh well, no, because he has to be dancing with a professional, right?
Yeah. Idiot.
It could be funny. See a massive dude with a.
You know who I feel like he could have? Hear me out. You know who I feel like he could have like he could be like an unexpected twist to all of this. What's his name? Something Don Cheadle or whatever, who his character is.
Oh yeah. Well, I know his superhero name is War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine.
You're absolutely right. I think he could definitely do it.
Because I think he has that, especially being like best friends with like Tony Stark. Like you gotta have a little bit of that competitive spirit in you.
And I think I think he's pretty suave. Like I think he's pretty like, yeah. I think that's a great show.
Did we forget that the man is disabled?
Well, no, he wasn't disabled. He was in physical recovery, right?
Like I thought the war suit helped him because did he still have?
Well, I don't know if it made him disabled or not, because remember he was practicing to walk, right?
Yeah, he was. That's true.
So like I don't know if he was disabled and he's like learning how to use prosthetics or like technology, because I could totally see Tony like helping him out with that.
Like, yeah, that's true. His best friend's like, oh no, it would figure itself out anyway. Regardless, he'd have like this full functioning. I want him.
He's pretty good. I'm trying to think of anyone else before we decide.
Who else?
I mean, I think Daredevil would be pretty good. He's got the blind thing going for him. He can definitely be competitive, and like he could capture the heart of America if he's like a blind guy dancing. Like, and he's Daredevil, so he knows like he's gonna be blind, but he's gonna know, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. And his other senses will be heightened. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who else?
I'm trying to think.
Black Panther?
I don't know. Killmonger, maybe. The villain from the first Black Panther?
Yeah.
Killmonger, maybe. Killmonger, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, can you imagine him with Black Widow and Loki all in like a competitive atmosphere, but it's dancing, but they're all like the most dangerous people in the room. So like they have like the same level of like, I want to kill you. But
Are
it's
we
like
gonna
their
have
dance
to?
partners are like in
Okay,
dance.
so far, just people that we've pitched: Loki, Black Widow, um,
War
uh,
Machine.
uh, War Machine, Killmonger, and maybe Daredevil.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is there anybody else that comes to mind, or do you want to try to
I'm
get
like
with
blanking because
those?
I don't think Captain Marvel would do well. I don't think
No.
Ant-Man would do well.
Oh my God, Groot! He has the scene where he's dancing to Michael Jackson, like as a little.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true. Oh my god, that's so true. He would wipe the full. He's adorable.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot about that. He's like he's had scenes where he's danced.
That's so true. And he's vicious.
Yeah. Well, actually, but the competitive thing is kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he would care enough in terms of a
That's the
competition
thing.
setting.
Yeah. He would
Also,
love
we
to
don't know what age group
dance.
we're talking about.
But well, actually, you know what? It's funny though, because maybe just his pure love of dance might.
He could just be like the wholesome, shining star who would fuel Black Widow's and Loki's competitiveness.
Actually, you know what? I think those would be the best top three, honestly. Okay, so how are we ranking this? How are we ranking this?
I think it would be like number one would be Groot.
Yeah, I could.
Specifically like baby or like a young version of Groot or something. And then because that would fuel the other two, because he's like the shining star and he's on all the
And
posters.
then the
But
other
he's the
two would
only
get
non-human.
competitive. The other two would get competitive and fight against each other. And then he would just end up doing his own thing, and everybody's like, "Oh, look how awesome he is."
I'm stuck between like because Loki and Black Widow can do very much the sexy theme and everything.
I
I
think,
feel though
I
like you could
think,
do more with a woman though, like her, because like it's about the celebrity themselves. So I feel like she can have more moves that are catered towards her than Loki could.
yeah, and I think I think she's more like agile and acrobatic and stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm
That's
going. Okay, so our top three Marvel characters that would that could win Dancing with the Stars. In at number three, Loki. In at number
yeah.
two, Black Widow. And the winner of Marvel's Dancing with the Stars, Groot.
Get him with
All
those
right.
jazz hands.
Well, Andrea, I think I mean that's as solid as
I'm satisfied.
I think we
I'm
got
taking this
that. I think
personally.
we
I'm
nailed that.
satisfied.
I think we nailed that. But let us know if there's anybody we're missing. I think we nailed it though.
I know I don't take criticism, so I think I did great.
All right. Well, that's been the New Year's episode. Hopefully you guys start off the new year with a bang. And yeah, try not to eat too much, try not to lose your hearing with all the fireworks.
But do a drink, have fun, go crazy. Unless
Hug
you're
your
a minor.
dogs. Your dogs might get scared. Um,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys in the new year.
Bye.
You suck.